Alright, welcome back. We'll keep on exploring this 2d6 dungeon. This is right after I've recorded the first video, so I couldn't really have a look if anyone watched it or if there was any kind of feedback. I'll have a look once I've uploaded them, obviously, but if you have feedback, do leave it in the comments. I'll appreciate the help. Yeah, let's get on with it. Next room, we have 2 reinforced doors to go through and then 2 open archways. I'm gonna try one of the reinforced doors. I'm gonna try this one, and to see if it's locked we roll a d6. I explained this in the first video, and on a 2 this doesn't cause any problems. All doors are open on a 2, or all types of doors. So this door is not locked. So we can go on to the next room. And we've rolled a 2x6, which I'm gonna draw in really quickly. And we gotta roll for doors again. 3, which is a single door leading on from this room. I'm gonna have that door up here. And now let's see what awaits us in this room. Again, roll on the level 1 rooms table, a 4 and a 6, which is a canteen. Okay, interesting. I'm going to read it out fully this time, because I noticed last time I sort of did a part before the fight and a part after and so on. So I'm going to read it out fully once, so you know what we're up against. So 3 rough tables, a few chairs and stools stand next to a wooden bar. You'll have to imagine that. I'm going to draw that in later. And the barman yells and attacks. Okay, I don't know what I did to deserve that, but we gotta use the laborer's stats. And also gotta face a patron. Roll on L1W -1. And the canteen has wooden doors, which are just denoted like that. And it is unique, which means if we roll it again in the future on this level, we gotta roll for a different room, so we can only find 1 canteen. We've got a lot of fights at our hands at the moment. Another double fight. Okay, so the laborer and the patron, which is L1W -1. Oh god, gotta find that. So luckily the PDF has all sort of like links in it, and we can click through really fast. LW1, level 1 wardens, 1 -1, so I guess it won't go lower than 1, so it's a thug. And he's a laborer. And this is just to know what enemy stats we're using. So I'm gonna quickly look for those. Which is taking me a while. Thought I knew the alphabet, but apparently I don't. Thug, 3 HP, okay. So this is more in line with what you would expect on the first level. The guard's post was kind of tough, but I mean, we dodged everything, so can't complain. And the laborer is probably going to be a bit tougher. 4 HP, okay. Alright, round 1. I'm gonna put up the character sheet again and roll for an attack. 2 and a 2, which we can just shift up using 1/2 shift to a 3 and a 2, doing d6 damage. And now I didn't say who I'm attacking, but I'm gonna keep it like I did last time and attack the one with the lowest HP just to dispose of them as quickly as possible. So d6 damage. Perfect. Lucky choice there. But so the thug just got, yeah, obliterated, I guess. Probably was drunk and couldn't do much. So now the barman or the laborer attacks with a 1 and a 1. Now this is a special case. This is a mishap attack roll. There's mishaps and prime attack rolls, which are double 1s or double 6s for the enemies. So mishap attack roll. The laborer or barman flays wildly and loses his balance. You quickly counter, gaining an extra attack. Nice. So I think we can just attack twice in a row now, because he messed up. Might have been drinking his own booze. So this is our extra attack still in round 1, I suppose. Now sadly we can't do much with that because we'd need 3 shift to actually turn that into anything useful. But then round 2 rolls around and we attack again. Oh no. Can't do anything. Sort of looks like we are just flailing wildly as well. Oh, well, that stings. Okay, barman attacks again. He didn't get punished for his mistake. A 2 and a 6, and I'm afraid he can do something with that, because with a 2 and a 5 he can do an uppercut, and he's got a shift of 1. So he will shift that down to a 2 and a 5 and do an uppercut which does d6 minus 3 damage. Ooh. So armor doesn't apply here, because that would only apply on primary 5s, and this is a secondary 5. Again, primary dice is the dark one. So we take actually our first point of damage by a barman of all people. Okay, next round of combat. Fatigue die goes up, and we've rolled a 4 and a 4. Sounds good. Yep. That's gonna be a heavy slash against the barman. Okay, we've got a pretty nice chance to just club him as well. 3 plus 2 damage, because it's d6 plus 2. That's 5. So that's gonna be him gone. Okay, easy fight, much easier than the first one. Let's see what sort of XP and loot we get. So first the thug, that's 6 XP, and no treasure. Okay, probably drank it all away. Maybe the barman has got a bit more. Okay, he's got a pouch table, so I suppose we at least get a pouch. And then he drops or gives us 5 XP. So we are at 64. Pretty nice. It's already quite a nice chunk to 100, only after 2 rooms. Okay, pouch table 1. I'm gonna have a quick look what we find. Pouch table 1. Again, this is a just roll 2d6 and add the sum. And for the laborer, it's pouch table 1 minus 2. So he probably won't have that great loot. 4 and a 3, which is 7 minus 2, 5. There are some dried pumpkin seeds in the pouch. Alright. Let's note down a pouch. And then I'm gonna put in pencil dried pumpkin seeds. And why I'm doing this that way is because the pouches are sort of, well, yeah, pouches you can use for storage. And the contents you might use might use as an offering for one of the gods, but the empty pouch will remain in your inventory, and then you can use it for other small items in the future. And a lot of things require you to have a pouch to actually store them. If you come across like loose items that you wanna pick up, at least that's the way I understand it. So the room didn't have any more events this time. No more rolling on any sort of table. At least I don't think so. No. Face the patron, it's unique. We've got the wooden doors or wooden door, and that's about it. Okay, now I'm gonna have a quick look at the gods and their preferred offerings, because I believe these dried pumpkin seeds are one of the items that you can offer, but I don't remember for which one. And we still have that Krakada altar, I suppose, or shrine. Okay, Krakada, the core. Favorite items: stone, rock, earth, sand, coal, forged metal, or diamonds. Okay, so this doesn't sound very pumpkin seedy. Okay, so seeds would be a good offering for this bottom one, Radakina. So if we come across an altar, we'll have to keep that in mind. Okay, next room. Gonna roll again and check the room table. Ooh, looks like we've rolled a corridor. 6 by 1. Oh, sorry. I meant to continue through the door, but we have to check first if that door is locked. So wooden doors are only locked on a 6. Oh, there it goes. Alright. So that door is locked, which I denote by a little L here. And we don't have lockpicks at the moment, so we can't really go through there. If we could return with lockpicks. This kind of sucks that I already rolled for the room. I'm gonna have to use that corridor somewhere else. Actually, let's use our scroll of melt metal. I don't know if that's a waste, but I'm gonna do it because I already rolled for the room as if the door wasn't locked. So it says here, destroy 1 lock or interrupt armor, and I'm gonna see if using a magic scroll does anything else to us. Can be used at the start of combat or outside. To cast, roll a d6. If you roll a double, you have locked in the power and carried out the scroll's effect successfully. You can use your discipline modifier to shift the dice. Okay. And this scroll doesn't have a dispel double. Alright, let's do it. So we'll keep that 6 and 1 in mind and see if we can roll doubles to cast the magic scroll of melt metal. Oh! Is that lucky or is that unlucky? I don't know. Double ones. If you roll a double 6 and the spell does damage, double the damage. If you roll a double 1 and the spell does damage, halve it, round it up. Okay, so this isn't a scroll doing damage, so I think we're fine. So I'm gonna erase it, because we've used it up. And the scroll just crumbles. And we've barely, I think, double 1, managed to melt the lock. So I'm just gonna say the door is no longer locked. We also gain 5 XP. Now why is that? Every time you cast a scroll you gain 5 XP per adventurer level. So that would have given us more XP on a later level, but I think this is a fun use of it, and as I said, I'd already rolled the room, so it would have been sort of annoying to go back on that. I'm gonna do a little snaky corridor down here and roll for doors. 6, which is 3 doors, which means it's gonna have doors on all sides. Now, because I'm in this corner here, I can't put in a door going down, because there's gonna be the sort of border of the foundation. So I'm just gonna put in the maximum number of doors that I can, which is 2. And this is gonna be our room number 3. Let's see what we find. Hope I did that correctly, but I think our scroll sort of saved me from that mistake there. A 5 and a 6, big numbers, big numbers. A dump, oh, pleasant. This space has been used to dump rubbish and stone, piles of which fill 2 corners. Dump. Not unique, would have thought. You can rummage through the rubbish. Roll on RUPT1 and then on IAUT1. And I remember IAUT1, that was that interruptions and unexpected table. So I suppose we can spend a bit of time to look for loot, but might get surprised by some sort of unexpected event. But I think we're going to do that. So RUPT1 and also afterwards the interruption. I'm gonna look for that RUPT1 table, which apparently is the rubbish pile table. Who would have thought? And I think we are just rolling without any modifier on that. Yes. Again, that's just the sum of 2d6. 11 again, okay. Caught up in the rubbish are some strips of material. Strips of material? Does it mean strips of metal? Or is that maybe a typo? I don't know. Items found here can be used for inventive usage or for offerings to gods in the right situation, or simply be discarded. Strips of material. I'm just gonna note that down. I guess we have a mystery material. Do I have to put that into a pouch? Probably. Now I'm guessing that's probably a weird typo or something, or maybe I just don't understand it. But strips of material doesn't say anything else. Probably plastic and we just don't recognize it. Some sort of futuristic material. Someone's dumped their empty water bottles or something. Alright, now interruptions and the unexpected. table number 1, by the way. There's 4 of these, but we are on level 1, so we're rolling on table 1. What have I done now? Again, this is a D66, but without adding them up, 5 and 6 again. I think my dice are broken. What's that gonna be? What kind of interruption? 5 and 6. A box on the wall opens out to show an ornate carved bone shrine. Roll on GOT1 to identify the god. Okay, we can use a little improvised GOT1 there. It's gonna be Nevasator. Alright. Bone shrine to Nevasator. There is a small ledge where you can place small offerings only. When correctly applied, gain 1 FP. Yeah, who would have thought? So, again, possibility for an offering. Let's see, maybe he's into mystery material. Sticks, cloth, hemp, rope, glass orbs, and sapphires. Okay. So I'm inclined to say that sticks, cloth, hemp, and rope is gonna be something. It's kind of similar to material, but I don't know. Yeah, I think he can have a trash. We'll give him the strips of material, and I'll say that's fine for just 1 FP, because I really don't know what to make of that. If someone watching knows what the strips of material are, and maybe I'm just being stupid, but yeah. That's that. Found some trash and got rid of it. Cross out the offering here and continue onwards to our next room. Oh, I think the focus is kind of off. I hope this wasn't the whole time, but I checked, so yeah. So we've got some archways leading on from here. Let's go to the left here around the sort of outer wall. Oh, actually no, let's go upstairs, have a bit of room. Maybe we'll find a big room. Let's hope. Something a bit more interesting than a pile of garbage. Aha. Talking about big rooms. So a 1x2, also known as a corridor. And it's got 2 doors. Oh no, I've messed up. I'll have 1 door going this way and 1 door going this way, and I'll have to accept that I sort of messed up the line there. Alright, let's go left now. Maybe we can connect back to the room where we were. Corridors always have archways. And no sort of, no doors and no events. So this is just a bit of a filler room as far as I'm aware. Which is why I'm not going to give it a number. Another 6 and a 5, I just noticed. I'm going to have to get these dice checked. That's a big room. Okay. Now, I said we were going left, which is why can't really fit that big of a room there. I'm just gonna have it go like this. Should roll for doors first. No doors. Alright, okay. So this is a dead end, a big one. Room number 4. And it does not connect down to our archway from earlier. I'm gonna just fill that in. So we might find like a little, I don't know, a broom closet down there or something. But let's look what's in this room. Now, I've since opened up 2 tabs with the tables, so I can hopefully switch between them a bit faster. A2 and A1, a blacksmith's. Unique as well. Oh. Finding a lot of unique rooms. Didn't have as many of those first time I played. And what do we find here? There is an anvil on a block, a glowing furnace, and walls lined with worn tools. Okay, fair enough. There is someone here. You must fight the blacksmith. Everyone hates me in this dungeon. I think that's lore reasons, but okay. If you survive, roll on MIT1. I think MIT is the magic items table, I'm not sure. And it's got wooden doors, which it hasn't got, because it's got no doors, I guess. Blacksmith. Okay. I think, if I remember right, he's kind of a tough fight. Let's see. Blacksmith. Oh, 6 HP, alright. Maybe I'm mixing him up with someone else. Let's give him a 6 HP. Round number 1, I'll get out our character sheet. Like this, yeah. And see, I think he had some interrupts, yeah. So I didn't talk about this because it was never important, because we never had an enemy which had interrupts that countered our attacks. But basically, similarly to how I have this primary 5 damage reduction from my armor, enemies can also have like interrupting moves, dodges, or armor on certain dice. And so if an enemy had like an interrupt on a primary 3, I'd just have less incentive to use the thrust. And yeah, can really sting if suddenly you face an enemy that has exactly sort of the counter to your attacks. I'm just looking, but the blacksmith has crossed arms on secondary 3s and 6s, which we don't have. If that had been primary 6s, we'd been in a bit of a tight spot, but secondary 3s and 6s we don't have, so let's just go ahead and hit him. A6 and A3. Oh wow, this is going great. Can shift that up to a 6 and a 4. Doing D6 plus 2 damage. 3 plus 2 damage, which is 5, which is annoyingly off by 1, but you know, we'll take it. Oh, I just realized I rolled my fatigue die there. Let's see what he does to us. A6 and A4. Okay, he's got a shift of 1, but he needs a primary 4. His only attack is A4 and A3, so he can't do anything. Misses. And let's see if we can just swiftly finish him off. 4 and a 4. Sounds good. We've got 2 shifts, so again, we can get up to 6 and a 4. We're hitting the heavy slash quite often. I didn't think we would, but I'm not complaining. Oh, 6 plus 2 damage. Total overkill. He's dead. So those fights are going much quicker now than the first one. Let's see what we get. We roll on MIT1 and PT1 just from the blacksmith's sort of enemy description and card. And then also the room, I think, had us roll on MIT1 as well, right? If I remember correctly. Where is it? Where's the blacksmith? Yeah, MIT1 as well. So I'm gonna roll on the pouch table first. So PT1 it is. which also means we're getting another pouch, I believe. And the pouch table, we've done this quite often now, it's just 2 dice added together, A1 and A3, which is 4, nothing, the pouch is empty. No, yes, I was looking on the wrong table, but both pouches are empty. Doesn't matter the table. Okay, and now MIT1, I think that's the magic items table, I'm not sure. No, metal items table. Ah. Kinda got excited there for magic items. Okay, MIT1, metal items, makes more sense. For a blacksmith, let's see what we find. I think we can roll twice here, once for the room and once for the blacksmith, so I'm just gonna roll my 2 dice again. A 5 and a 3, which is some metal tongs and a handful of nails. Nice. Can become a carpenter, I suppose. Let's put a handful of nails into our pouch here. And some metal tongs. I think that's probably a large item, I'm not entirely sure. So large items are like weapons, armor, and sort of equipment things. The small items are everything that fits in our backpack, so I don't know. Depends on the tongs, but I'm just going to put them there because I think it makes sense. Alright, let's see. I think our Grakada offering forged metal. Okay. So Grakada likes forged metal. I don't think if a pair of metal tongs counts as forged metal. Could probably. I don't know. Might look into that. I think I'm gonna end it here. That's 3 more rooms and 3 more enemies. And I'll see you next time. And in the meanwhile, I'll just give this a bit more detail. Sort of fill in the gaps between the rooms, and then I'll see you then.